we're talking about the anticipated beginning of the implementation of the changes based on the NAR lawsuit.
Correct.
Which started out mid-July, and now they've moved it to, I believe, an exact date. I think it's August 17th.
August something, yeah. I saw something come across the wire today.
Here's a question I have for you.
How'd I know?
No.
Okay. Because I can't reveal my sources. Kidding.
Well, it was on it was up pretty much everywhere. I'm not sure where you're going with that, but how should agents change what they've been doing in preparation for this now that the date has changed?
They shouldn't change a thing. They should be.
That's what I was looking for.
Here's the thing: is if the agents haven't started prepping for it, get started prepping for it.
You're behind.
You are behind, and. You know, if you are not working on your buyer presentation right now, if you don't have a written out buyer presentation, if you haven't been practicing that and I get that the buyer broker agreement is going to change. I understand that part of these delays are that all these contracts have to change and they need to be rewritten. I understand they're going to change, but start working with the ones that exist now and learning those and understanding them and being able to explain them, because it's a lot easier to learn the change than it's going to be to learn the contract from beginning to end.
Yeah, because my understanding is it's changes to the current contract.
Correct.
So the bulk of it will remain the same.
Yep.
And they'll just be tuning things up. Yeah, so it's not like you're learning a whole form and you're going to have to learn a whole new form.
Right. Yep, it's going to have some modifications because what it currently has does not cover everything that's in the proposal. So I think that's it. Is people need to start. They need to make sure that they're doing those things and that they're ready, because we talk about it all the time, Travis. This business, we've had some easy times in this business and we've had some difficult times in this business, and I feel like we're about to pivot again and have some difficult times in this business, and a lot of people are going to get punched in the nose and not know how to react. So you guys got to duck, just duck, maneuver, and jab back. I'm not a boxer, but that's the best analogy I can.
Well, what I think has become most revealing to me is we got started so early on this, and we put it into our training, we put it into our role play, and we continue to do that. And it's amazing how my punched in concrete thoughts and ideas about how this was going to be have been totally obliterated almost with every conversation and presentation that we have on it.
Right.
It's like, wait, did you consider this? Well, what if I do this? Can I do that? And I'm like, wow, this is not as clear cut as I thought. So each conversation helps tune up a little better. And we're all going to handle it differently.
Correct.
We're going to see it a different way. But in the end, we need to develop our direction and our technique. And I think it takes time.
It does. It takes time. It takes practice. It's knowing those scripts, knowing that dialogue, and having an understanding. And I think it's primarily this. This is what happens when you don't know it. You don't pay attention to what the other side is saying, and then you end up just you're just throwing rhetoric out there to throw rhetoric out there and not responding to actual true concerns or true questions. When you have an understanding of what's going on here, then what happens is you're able to pay attention to the other side and
extrapolate more or get more out of what they're saying too.
Exactly. And that's why this is important. I challenge you to go read the buyer broker agreement on a daily basis or on a regular basis until you have a better understanding. Even if you don't want to use it now, make sure you're starting to understand it. So, this is just the beginning.
I mean, you got to understand the document, but then explaining it and selling it and every other facet of it it's
Correct.
Pretty daunting,
And here's what I know for a fact. Regardless if it's August and I anticipate that day is going to change again. But regardless of what,
say that.
regardless of,
you know what? I want to be the
is,
buffalo. I want to just stampede into this thing. I don't want to keep chasing it.
I do too. But reality is what reality is. But here's what I do know for a fact. Once it does happen, whenever it happens, the news is going to get it just as wrong as they did.
Oh my God, they blew it.
They were so far from truly explaining this for what it was, and it will remain the same when this does, whenever it goes through, which is why it's even more important for you to have a handle on it.
Yeah.
And your messaging and your talk and your conversations are correcting it now.
How do you get from, all right, some changes are going to be made to the industry. We hope they're of benefit to the sellers and buyers, despite what everybody's opinions are, whether practitioners or consumers, to a headline of, realtors suck and commissions are going away.
Yep.
I mean, what? Ridiculous.
Got a call the other day from a client. They were in China and they said, "How are you getting paid now? I understand they don't pay commissions anymore." That was their exact statement.
Yeah. I don't think how much we talk, how much anybody talks, how much is going on, man, until they flip off that buyer's agent's commission in the MLS, that is going to shock people. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I really need to figure this out now.
Yep. It's going to be interesting. But would love to hear what you guys think, what you guys are doing in order to prep for this, and let us know your thoughts. Questions, comments down below, and if you're liking what you're hearing, please like and subscribe.